when you can get gifts from overseas. Well, I live in the Bahamas. I live where you vacation. And I got this beautiful gift from my friend Veronica, who lives in Florida. Veronica Williams, thank you so much for the beautiful gift you gave me. Vitamins and a beautiful candle, and I'm gonna light it right now so we can have the aroma. Look at that, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So we're gonna light it right now so we can have the aroma of this beautiful candle. Thanks, Veronica. And if you've got gifts for me, guess what? We accept them all. The smell is totally awesome. It is mango and coconut. Oh, yum. Give me a second. Let's light that candle so Miss Veronica can know how much I appreciate her. There we go. All we need is a smell of YouTube, and then you can smell it with me too. Thanks. We appreciate it. She's making sure that Miss Marlene stays healthy and strong, and that she can cook up all this food to share with you. Today's recipe is one that's requested by our friend, my girl, my darling, Sister Shanae, all the way in California. Our lovely lady, we thank you so much for requesting this recipe. This is her favorite soup that she used to have when she would come and visit me at my home when I lived here in Nassau many years ago. So we're cooking up a lentil stew. Yum, yum. How many of us really don't like lentils? Or you think you don't like lentils? Or you've never had lentil soup before? Well, at Something Better Vegetarian Deli, we happen to serve lentil soup about once or twice a week. So what I did, I took my lentils, I bought a bag of lentils. It's just the Goya brand. It's any brand will do. And this is like $2.35. And you can get 2 pots of soup from this here bag of lentils or thereabouts. Okay, so we are cooking lentil stew or lentil soup, however you want to call it, okay? And I have pre-boiled my lentils for about 20 minutes prior to us being together. I'm going to add those things to my soup or my stew, however you want to call it. A stew is a bit more hearty than a soup, you know. The soup is probably a little watery, but this is a hearty soup, okay? And there's everything in here. In the Bahamas, we like to put everything in our soup. So we have potatoes and carrots. So I have my lentils, and our recipe is going to be on the screen for you. I'm going to put in my carrots. Yeah, just did. I normally put in those things that would take the longest to cook first. Then I'm going to add my cabbage. I know you're saying, what? Cabbage takes long? I think it does. It takes about the same amount of time to cook in a soup as the carrots does. Okay? Good stuff. So I'm going to let it cook. Alright? Lentil soup happens to be one of my favorite soups. It is filled with protein. Just 1 cup of lentils has about 18 grams of protein. And just 1 cup of lentils has, I think, about 15 milligrams of fiber. We need lots of fiber. We aren't getting sufficient fiber in our diet. And if you don't get sufficient fiber in your diet, then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to go to the bathroom. You're going to end up with cancer of the colon, because we need fiber in order to clean out our colon. All right? So I'm going to cover this now so it can come to a boil, and then I'm going to give you our trivia question for today. Are you ready? I hope so. Let's go. I'm turning my stove up to high because I want it to cook quickly. And then we'll talk about our other ingredients. Let's add our onions, which I forgot. Okay, let's add our onions and our garlic. You know, many times people don't choose to eat things with lots of beans because they say they get very, very gassy. Well, the fact is that if you were to cook your beans or your legumes in with garlic, then you'd have less chance of getting all the gas and the bloating. What else can you do to get rid of the gas and bloating that comes from the natural carbohydrate forming gases that come from having beans in our diet? There are several things you can do, okay? That's our trivia question for today. What are some of the things, and I'm looking for 2 in particular, two number one ingredients that you can put in your stew, in your beans rather, that will help to get rid of the carbohydrate forming gases. I gave you one already. There are still two others. If you can give me those answers, put them in our comments and let's see who's listening today or who knows the answer to the trivia. What are some of the ingredients you can add to your soup or your stew that will help to get rid of some of the carbohydrate forming gases in our soup? Let's add some thyme. In the Bahamas, we love thyme, right? We're never on thyme, but we love thyme, okay? That's a stale joke, huh? All right, so I'm gonna add some thyme. I'm gonna add some thyme to our pot. There we go. So we always have some thyme up in the kitchen. You gotta have your thyme because we love it so much here in my country. Let's pop that back over there. That little corner, I call that Rosita's corner because she loved teapots. So all the teapots are lined up there because that was her thing. And those belong to her actually, my mom, before she died. Okay, so I put my thyme in there. Good. And I'm gonna let it come to a boil. I keep messing with it and I keep forgetting what ingredients I didn't add. So in our pot right now, we have our lentils, we have our cabbage, we have our carrots, we have our onions and our garlic. Drop in the box below 2 things you can add to your beans or your legumes that will help to absorb some of the carbohydrate forming gases found in beans and legumes. I know that some of us don't like it because we get very, very gassy. Now, you cannot add charcoal, but you can drink charcoal, and you can take Amino to get rid of some of the gas, but you can't add it to your soup. You still have some answers for me. Drop it in the box below. I'm so excited that you're part of this trivia today. Lentils are exciting food. It's power-packed. You want to really get your staying power and feel energized for the day? Have some lentils. Let me tell you, can't go wrong. I love it. I love lentils. Lentils are one of my favorite foods, okay? All right, so it's coming to a boil rapidly, hopefully. And we can continue talking about other things. I know that many of us are on this journey for the first time and you don't know where to start. This is why we are here at Something Better Today, because we want to teach you how to eat healthier, wholesome, whole foods. That's what it's all about, eating whole foods, okay? And so that's why we're on the air sharing with you how to eat healthier. By now, I pray that you have subscribed, liked, shared, and ring the bell, bing, so that you can be a part of the Something Better Today family. Of course, you can find us on Facebook. It's Something Better Today, Marlene McKinney, on our Facebook page. On our Instagram page, it's Something Better Today, Marlene McKinney. Look for us on our Instagram page. And we have a website now. We are building it slowly, but we're getting there. And it's somethingbettertoday.com. Have you done all of that already? Follow us to better health, good health, stronger, wiser. Let me tell you something. It's nothing like dying healthy. Yeah, we're going to die. You know that. No one's going to be here forever. But if you can have the best quality of life, that's what we're aiming for. Amen? That's your sermon for today. All right, who got the trivia yet? Ooh, we are boiling, guys. We are boiling. Look at that. Looking good already. Who got the trivia? Anybody got the trivia? The trivia question is, what 2 ingredients, other than what I've already put in my soup, you can add to your lentils or your legumes or your beans that will help to get rid of some of the gases found in carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are gassy. We know that. And we're already gassy without it. You know? Not by the mouth. Not this mouth anyhow. So we want to get rid of, we don't want to be walking around filling the air with perfume that don't smell so good, do we? I know we don't. All right, good. So this is cooking, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our potatoes in just about a minute. Today's recipe was by request. Our friend Shanae, all the way in California, asked us to make this lentil soup so she can make it for her and her family there in California. That's a way far request, huh? But Shanae is my girl, and I had to do it for her because I wanted her to have this recipe so she can definitely cook it for her and her family there in California. So she can have a little bit of the Bahamian thing here, okay? Okay, good. So while we're waiting for that to boil, what I am going to do is I'm going to teach you how to make some drop dumplings. I was teaching this class many years ago in Nassau, where I am now, and I was teaching it, and I was doing the lentil soup. And so one of the girls that was in the class, well, it was a whole family, and add some more water to make sure we have enough water for our dumplings. And so they were like, "Where the dumplings, girl?" And I was like, "I don't eat dumplings." They're like, "Girl, move on the side. How could you not eat dumplings?" And I'm like, "No, can't eat dumplings. I don't like dumplings." Anyway, from then to now, I've been adding drop dumplings in my soup. I like flour, I just don't like it boiled. I like it fried, okay, or baked. So in my drop dumplings, I have 1 cup of each flour, 1 cup of whole wheat, and 1 cup of unbleached white. I have about a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder. All right. So I mix them together and I add a little water. All right. Good stuff. Oops, I hope I didn't add too much water. If I did, I'll have to find some more flour. I hope I didn't. Let's put that on the side so you can see what I'm doing. And yes, my space is small, but you know something? If we continue waiting for everything to be put in place before we start doing what God has asked us to do, we probably will never get started. So I use what I have. The space that God gave me. Okay, great. So this is still a little soft. I think it's a little soft, so I'm going to grab some flour from my pantry and I'm going to add a little flour in there. All right, good stuff. And just grab my measuring cup and I'm going to add a little flour. So I'm using just a little white flour. Already we had our whole wheat in there. Good. So my water is boiling. And you don't want to add your dumplings to water if it's not already boiling. You have to add your dumplings to a boiling pot. All right? Good stuff. Grab a spoon. There we have it. That's our drop dumplings. Now this one, my mom, she would say, let's roll them out and make little dumplings. But child, listen to me. Ain't happening. Because I ain't about to whip my hands all up in there. All right, good. So we're boiling, and we just take our spoon and we drop them. That's what it's called, drop the dumplings. So you put your dumplings in very early. You don't have to wait. Just put them in early and space them out, or they will stick together. All right. So, all of our dumplings are in the pot, and we are excited to share with you that they are just about ready, and we can start adding our other ingredients. But while we're waiting for that, I just thought I'd like to do a little medical missionary tip for you. Now, a medical missionary, and I like to see us being healthy. When I'm not feeling well, I'm like, wow, how do people go around not feeling well? Because it makes me feel, But did you know that you can use the cabbage leaf? How many of us knew that you could use the cabbage leaf for so many things like inflammation? Let me show you something. So this is my dad's old spoon. This is a nice solid spoon. But if you took the spoon and you beat it, you beat the cabbage leaf until all the juices start running. Those juices will help with inflammation. So, suppose your knee is swollen and it's hurting, or your elbow, or you have swelling in the legs from edema or anything of that nature, you can take that and you can wrap that all around the leg of the knee or wherever you have issues. Just use it as a little gauze kind of thing. Wrap it with saran. So suppose my hand were hurting. Wrap it with saran wrap. Leave it on overnight. And when you get up the next morning, a lot of the inflammation, if not all, is gone. Yep. So that's what you do with the outer leaves of your cabbage. Don't throw them away. Wash them. Put them in the fridge. Keep them for some neighbor, if not yourself, for inflammation. Let's look at our soup. That's what we're doing. We're cooking lentil soup. You just joined us? Oh, where were you all along? Yum! Look at that soup. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, our dumplings are all done. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're a dumpling lover, you're going to love this soup. Okay, so what other things do we add to our soup? We add a half tin of coconut milk or 1 cup of coconut milk. Right? Because we're in the islands, and if you're not in the islands, you want to feel like you're in the islands. Guess what? Our candle is coconut scented with mango. Yum! All right, that's a gift we got. I love gifts. Woo, I love gifts. Who don't love gifts? I love gifts. And this is a special gift that I got. Care packages all the way from Florida. Yes, we love it. Okay, so we have our coconut milk in. Then I'm going to add my 1 cup of sauce. Okay? Just tomato sauce. Plain tomato sauce. Nothing special about it. It's just plain. If you don't want to use the sauce and you want to use crushed tomato, that's fine too. Do you want to make your own? That's fine too. All right? All right, let's get rid of this bowl in my hand. Look at him about to dance with it. All right, good stuff. All right, I don't know if our camera guy got the shot of that, but he wants to get that. Then we're going to add our potatoes. I'm going to pour the water out because, I had soaking in some salt and water. Let's get rid of the water. I'm going to add my potatoes. Okay, good stuff. It's crazy yummy looking. Yes, it does. Yes. Okay, so put that in there. Now, I'm going to let it cook until the potatoes are cooked now. Normally, I let my carrots and my cabbage cook first before adding my potatoes. Because Irish potatoes, which is what we added today, that's all I have in my fridge. Don't be knocking it. It cooks in like 5 minutes in a pot of soup, especially if the water is already boiling, okay? So it takes very, very little time. So I'm going to just let it come to a nice boil. Again, covered for about a minute or two. Sorry. And then we'll come back with our we'll come back with our product that's close to finished. What I will do, I got some cornstarch. And so, because when we come back, I would have already added it to it, and I don't want you to miss it. So I'm going to add my cornstarch slur, my slurry water of cornstarch. Okay, great. I just stir that, just like that. So that's going to thicken our soup. Awesome. Now, what seasonings do I add? I add a little Italian seasoning, or basil, whichever one you prefer. You can add some salt. It's salt to taste. And I do like Bragg's liquid aminos. And of course, gotta add my sidekick. Who is she? Cayenne. All right. So I'm gonna add some of this. Normally I wait till everything is cooked before I start adding seasonings. But we're gonna pretend it's all cooked. So I take about a tablespoon of Bragg's liquid aminos. If you don't have it, soy sauce is good enough. Don't be all stressing. Well, I don't have that, so I can't make it. Use what you have, okay? Use what you have. And I put my sidekick, just a little dash of cayenne, and a pinch of salt. Well, it's salt to taste, okay? So that's about a teaspoon of salt. And if you want, you can add a little chicken bouillon. All right? If you have. You don't go out of your way to stress and stress and stress and say, well, I don't have it. I can't make it. Let's wash my hands. All right. And I stir. And I stir. And I stir. And it looks amazing. Can you see that? Let's see if my camera guy can get a shot of our soup. It's amazing. Okay, great. So I'm going to let it cover again. I'm going to cover it again. I'm going to cover it again so it can come to a boil. And when we come back, we would have added our cornstarch, and that will be our final product, our lentil stew. Don't go anywhere. Lock that YouTube dial because we're coming back with the finished soup of our lentils. just a minute from now. Eating healthy is doable. Eating healthy can be tasty. Eating healthy will help us to live longer, healthier, more stable lives. We've got a pot of lentil stew. Listen, totally delish. I'm gonna spoon some up and I'm gonna try. I wish you were here. Hopefully next time you'll catch us and you'll be able to be here and try some of our delicious meals. Remember, eating healthy is possible. Why not try cooking something better today for you and your family? I love you guys. Remember, subscribe, like, share, definitely comment. We love hearing from you. We love commenting with you and sharing and talking with you. Bye-bye. Until next time, this is your friend Marlene McKinney. See you soon. Wow. This is good. Woo! Hold on. I forgot. The veggie dance. Hey! The veggie dance. You know when food tastes so good, make you dance? The veggie dance. The veggie dance. See you later. The veggie dance. Oh!